Vols are back.
Yeah. Money make the world go round. I'm trying to get it all right now. Everybody worry about the crown big. Look, homie, I'm the man right now. Talking to a peon, kind of time we on. Don't roll like the kind of take eons. Got a little buzz, it's time to go beyond. Can't look back, no time to hit rewind. Yeah, she wants to do S class. I'm like, boo, you must ask. They pour way too much in your glass. Just move your hips like a whole up class. Hit the gab, I talk that gap. Strut like up, man, I walk that shit. When I'm up, that's it. I'ma start living reckless. Get that bag, I'ma walk like this. Yeah, I'ma walk like this. Hit that lane, I'ma walk like this. Walk in the spot, but they all get lit. Told them on flow, let me talk my shit. Every song bang when they drop in hit. Said on the man, post up, no miss. Over your head, next time, don't slip. Play your part, better read that script. Yeah, I'ma walk like this.
Well, we are lucky, everybody. We escaped the jaws of defeat this last week. We were very, very, very close to losing to Kent State. It's a very close game at halftime, and we were that close to losing the game.
I'm ashamed of this team, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me
how do you
too,
let
man.
it be that close?
No, come on now.
71-0. It should have been 1,000,000-0.
I'm disappointed with Heupel. He ruined my prediction.
Yep, we gotta ping the AD on Twitter 75 times saying fire everybody. Yeah.
This and the Tennessee Volunteers.
At AD Danny White, I don't like this team. Get him out of here. Duh. Okay, anyway, with that out of the way, oi, fellow comrades, it is Squidtard here along with my fellas. Oh, wait a second. This is wrong.
Yay.
Sorry, I switched the order. Because I point that way for Lucas Sharp every time, but yes, this is Lucas Sharp, also Wolval ringing, along with Julio Rodriguez and Mr. Sifs down here. And welcome to episode 57 of the Vol Star Podcast. Another week of success, 3-0, sitting almost in the top 5 in the country. It is a very, very good week to be a Tennessee Volunteer. I will tell you that much. And yeah, this time last year we were coming off a loss. So yeah, no, I'm pretty happy about it. So first off, how are my co-hosts doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Spectacular, great to hear. All right, well, we already got 10 people in here, so great stuff. What's going on? Andrew, the textbook, he says, today is my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Andrew.
Happy birthday, bro.
Very, very happy birthday. And, well, sorry about the loss. That was an ouch.
Man, South Carolina let me down, man. I predicted them to get the upset. I mean, they came close to doing it, and they probably should have done it, but...
Yeah, we'll talk about that and a whole lot more on today's show. We'll go over week 3, talk about all those games, or at least the important ones, and then we'll, of course, preview some of what the action of week 4 and talk about that. And then, of course, we'll talk about the big matchup coming up in Norman against Oklahoma. Did you guys know that this past week was the 10-year anniversary of when Oklahoma let go head coach Josh Heupel?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
10 years ago, Oklahoma fired Josh Heupel from their squad.
You know, Josh Heupel ever since then's been plotting revenge.
Yeah, no, literally.
Oh yeah,
he's just like he just fires him carrying out his stuff. He's like, they'll see. I'll take over a team and I'll beat them with it.
They won't see it coming. All I got to do is wait 10 years for it.
It's a 10-year plan, a perfect 10-year plan.
Yeah. It was something. Yeah, as a South Carolina fan, I now understand how you guys felt about SEC officiating after the 2021 Ole Miss game and the 2021 Music City Bowl. Yeah, it was a complete and total mess.
Yeah, I hate referees. They ruined my life.
Yeah. Officiating was not the only reason South Carolina lost. Absolutely not. You guys did blow a 17-0 lead. It was bad coaching overall by both teams. It was like the Oklahoma State-Arkansas game. Somebody just had to win.
Yeah.
The the Eastern Michigan game was so embarrassing for Jacksonville State. That center is going to receive the roast and conditioning of a lifetime for effing up a snap at the two. I didn't watch that one, but yeah, no, that's
who
really
who
bad.
Watches Eastern Michigan versus Jacksonville State?
He might be a Jacksonville State fan, in which case I'm so sorry for you. Your team is 0-3. Ow. That's mental and physical pain right there.
That might be worse than being a Kent State fan.
No,
I don't know about that
come
one.
on now.
I know. I'm just joking. Kent State hasn't. They haven't been good since what? 2003 or something.
No, I think it was. Actually, I think they were really bad that year. But I think it was 2012 or 14. They were 12-2.
Yeah.
Well,
That was the year they had Dree Archer.
Kent State doesn't have fans. Correction, sir. They have one fan, and they showed up in the comment section last week.
yeah, no, the Kent State fans, I'm going easy on them, obviously. They were good sports this week. They didn't pray for anybody's injury or ACL tear, unlike NC State fans. They were good people and good sports, so I won't say anything bad about NC State, or not NC State, but Kent State for the rest of the season. They were good sports, so shout out to them. But you did lose to the Pope before you played Tennessee, so I have to throw that into consideration. But nonetheless, you're beating. If you want to take this into consideration, your beating was less worse than the one Northwestern State took from South Alabama, because South Alabama beat Northwestern State 87-10. That's worse, but still.
I mean, the beating definitely could have been worse.
For
Who was
sure.
the quarterback we had in it then? It was Ryan. No, Ryan something, wasn't
It
it?
was our fifth string quarterback. We had.
I
5
thought it was
quarterbacks
Navy
in
Shore.
there.
Well, we had
yeah.
Navy Schuler, and then we had Ryan Damid or Domid, or I can't remember his name. Anyway, he's like a walk-on from, I think, Nashville or Memphis. So
At that point, we're literally just grabbing people from the stands to come in and play QB.
It's everybody. Yeah, I know everybody was in there. If only we had that type of rotation for LSU, because Brian Kelly cannot coach he can't coach himself out of his own asshole.
Yeah.
Just
I
throwing
think
that out
that's the first Tennessee game I feel like I've ever seen where fans were leaving at like halftime.
there.
and it wasn't because
Like a large majority.
Yeah. And as Julio said, it wasn't because we were losing.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's funny because some of our friends, Mr. Sifs was actually watching the game with me. He was at my house and we were watching the game together, and some other friends came over during that time period. And we were like, "Oh, how's Tennessee doing?" Yeah, it's through the second quarter, and we lost, basically. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. We can't win. Man, it's over. It's all over.
It's over, man.
The fat lady sang. But yeah, great week. Did what we were supposed to. Dominated the line of scrimmage and everything else. We've been doing what we're supposed to for 3 straight weeks, which is more than I can say about any Tennessee team that I've grown up with. So I like what I see. That's all I can really say. All right, well, let's go over some of the other games. Well, first of all, I have to get this out of the way. For those of you, this is your first time joining the Vol-Star podcast, just know we are not official or affiliated with the University of Tennessee. We're just big-time Tennessee Vol fans over here, so we're glad to have you over here whether or not you're a Tennessee fan. And if you feel like donating to the channel, because we got $20 in Super Chats last week, and I did 25 push-ups, it was a pretty painful experience. So if you feel like rewatching that, send me a Super Chat. For every Super Chat I get, I do 1 push-up per dollar, so a little bit of an incentive on the side. Obviously, every dollar for donations goes into the YouTube channel, so I appreciate everything that I receive. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and roll into some of the stuff from week 3. So first of all, Texas, the new number 1 team in the nation, and rightfully so. They've been a team that's, like Tennessee, has been the strongest team for these last 3 weeks. They haven't had a game where they crap themselves or anything like that. And that's more than you can say about Georgia. So, yeah, because Georgia, they're 1 field goal away from losing to Mark Stoops in Kentucky. Yikes. Mickey Mouse. Oh, Mickey Mouse It might be on fraud watch. I better be careful though.
Well, one thing that we'll always say about the Georgia-Kentucky game, it's almost always close when it's in Lexington. I don't know what it is with Kirby in Lexington. He always comes out of there with a win, but it usually just turns into, just a rock fight down there. I don't know why.
Well,
what it is about that place.
yeah,
I don't
granted,
know.
Georgia does this every single year against somebody. Well, 2022 they did it against Mizzou. In 2023 they did it against Auburn. And now here we go. Yeah, they're playing down to their competition, I guess. Maybe just looking ahead.
Well, I mean, go look back at like all the other times they've gone to Kentucky the past couple of years under Kirby. It's almost always been like a pretty close game. Like what the year? What was it? 2 years ago, it was like 16-6. Georgia won,
Yeah.
and they had to score like 16 points in the second half or something.
Yeah.
The
No
only
reason.
thing is, if Mark Stoops had an offense and didn't run a 1940s I formation offense, I think you could actually beat Georgia.
Oh yeah.
But he just runs that, and I think it matches up better with Georgia than other teams just doing that because you control the clock.
Right.
And I feel like we're the complete opposite, where we match up well with Kentucky because we have more talented players like Georgia, but we have a more dynamic offense, and it's a lot harder for Kentucky to defend it. So it kind of,
Right. Phil Rankings says record prediction for the Vols. I predicted Tennessee to go 11-1, and so far that might be right on the money. We'll see. We'll see in due time for sure. So yeah, Texas, the new number 1 team in the nation right now, rightfully so. Alabama looked pretty good against Wisconsin. What in the world happened to Luke Fickell? I really thought he was going to be a home run guy for Wisconsin, but he's done nothing there but crap on his own foot. I don't really know what's going on with him.
Well, I think a lot of it is he is trying to install the air raid at Wisconsin, and trying to install the air raid type offense in Wisconsin's kind of hard because if you look at like the recruiting footprint of Wisconsin, it's kind of more geared towards the line of scrimmages because the Midwest produces more of those types of players. So
yeah,
he's
so
gonna
far
have to.
I was gonna say so far they've been doing nothing but raiding their pants because they haven't done anything other than put up Iowa level of offense every single week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing with him, he's got to definitely perform better and just I don't know, hopefully find a good transfer quarterback. I think Tyler Van Dyke could have been maybe fine for this year, but he just had his season ended. I don't know if y'all saw the news, but he's out for the rest of the season.
Tyler Van Dyke's out for the season.
Yeah.
I did my script today for college football chaos, and I didn't know what the.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing it, unless I got got by like a meme page, but I think it was on 3 that reported it. But yeah, I mean, it's just he has to get his players in there to run the air raid because they're moving from the old school pro 3 yards in a cloud of dust offense to a modern air raid. It's kind of hard to transition. This is the same thing Georgia Tech went through whenever they were moving away from the triple option. You don't have the type of players ready for it. They don't they just don't have the receivers for it right now.
Well, we shall see what they do going forward. How about the whooping Ole Miss put up on Wake Forest? They whooped them so bad that they went ahead and canceled the game for next year. They said, nah, we ain't going through that again. Because Wake Forest was at home. In this game, they'd have to go on the road to Ole Miss next year. They said, no, we're good. We ain't doing that. We'll pass. Let's see. Utah, they won 38-21 over Utah State. As the front runners of the Big 12, they certainly haven't been looking like it.
Yeah, they were on the struggle bus early. It was like, what was it, 14-0 at one point?
It was a pretty bad mess.
But it's a rivalry game though.
No excuse for that. That's all I can say. They better get ready because they play a big one this week. We'll talk about that one momentarily. Oklahoma, who we'll get into later, they had a struggle bus game with Tulane.
Yeah, they was up 21-0 and almost choked it.
I will say this about the Utah game. It is kind of, I think one of the reasons they struggled early on was they had one of their backup quarterbacks come in. And funny enough, guess who their backup quarterback is?
Utah? Isaac Wilson?
Yeah. Yeah, Isaac Wilson, Zach Wilson's brother.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Really?
The more you know. Let's see. Yeah, here's another one that's right in the struggle bus, and this has been all season for them. Michigan, 28-18 to Butch Jones.
Butch.
You could have lost to Butch Jones. That's.
Had almost lose to Lyle.
Oh no! You almost got beat by the champions of life.
You almost got beat by a brick.
5-star hearts. 5-star talent versus 5-star hearts, and for the 5-star hearts, they almost won.
But yeah, brick by brick though.
Yeah, right. Notre Dame did their best to try and erase what happened last week. They beat Purdue 66-7, but they could have won by 200 points. It wouldn't have erased the outcome of last week's game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, congrats Notre Dame. You beat a terrible Purdue team.
So now we're gonna have to hear from ESPN and all these other sports analysts. Oh, Notre Dame, you better watch out for them. They're a playoff team this year, man.
They're going 11-1.
Yep, playoff team, Notre Dame.
Then I guess NIU's a championship level team.
Since the 80s, this has been the same thing every single year. Notre Dame is their top one team in the nation. They're so good. They've got a talent to win the national championship. And then they proceed to poop all over themselves and fall off a cliff until the very next year where for some inexplicable reason they're ranked in the top 15, top 10. And then Notre Dame playoff team. Notre Dame playoff team. They go to the high. I take that about as seriously as when somebody seriously comes up to me and says, UTEP, they're a playoff team, but that's beside the point.
The best thing I can compare Notre Dame to is in the NFL with the Dallas Cowboys. Like they make it and then they just drop the ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're the Dallas Cowboys. That's a great way of putting it. Before we move on, quick update on the bet. I'm still a game behind. UTEP's 0-3. While Central Michigan and Rice are both 1-2. So
Let's go.
We'll see how that goes in the future.
Central Michigan, I think they start conference play this week.
Yeah.
I think Rice also starts conference.
So for those of you who don't know, between the three of us, with the exception of Sifs, me, Lucas Sharp, and Julio, we made a bet out of some of the three mean teams that we talk about, UTEP, Central Michigan, and then Julio's team is Rice. And we did a bet to see who'd end up with the best regular season record, and whoever wins it, we each put in $20, so whoever wins the bet gets $60. And so far, more than likely, it's looking like one of y'all is going to do it, because, man, we suck.
I think Central Michigan's got to win. I mean, they play in an easier conference.
So we'll see. Let's see what Julio has to say about that.
But can they? Did they play Northern Illinois or Toledo?
Let me see who Central.
I got the schedule pulled up. Don't worry about it.
I already got it right here.
Do you have a speed dial? Good lord.
Yeah, I have the ESPN app, bro. They play Ball State next. That's a win. We're beating Ball State.
Yeah, but you do play Toledo and Northern Illinois at the end of the season.
I mean, yeah, those are probably losses. I'll admit. Toledo's pretty good and Northern Illinois is pretty good. Those are probably losses.
Although Rice does have to play. They play Tulane, UTSA, South Florida, Memphis.
Ooh, that's a gauntlet.
Yeah,
that's a gauntlet.
Boy. And then, UTEP is on a whole nother layer of suck, but they've got favorable games. The hardest one, other than Tennessee, who they play at the end of the season, is probably, I don't know, Colorado State. I mean, they got them, Sam Houston, FIU, MTSU, New Mexico State. Like, those are all winnable games, but they're 0-3 so far, and they still have to play the Vols. So, not
And they
looking good
also
for me.
and they also lost to Southern Utah. So
Yeah, no. Like I said, it's probably going to come down to you two. But we'll see.
What if it just ends in a tie between me and Julio?
Then it'll be based on the bowl games, unless if somehow y'all both end up 5-7. But we'll figure that out. We still got a whole season to go through. We'll figure that one out down the line.
5-7, and Squidtard has to pay both me and Julio.
Yeah. That would
happen. That would
happen.
be a dream scenario.
And then you woke up. Yeah. Anyway,
well, it's more likely to happen than UTEP winning a game.
Yeah, right. Whatever. You know who else woke up from reality? Vanderbilt. Remember, they've been celebrating the past 2 weeks. They went out and get this, they lost to Georgia State. Ow. Yeah. Ooh. You know, there's a certain level of catharsis I get from that, mainly because we've gotten that monkey off of our back from at least one team. So yay to that.
I guess Georgia State, they can just beat Tennessee teams, I guess.
Are they gonna do like Missouri and wear that Tennessee State champs shirt?
I guess so.
Yeah. They'll earn
we
it.
own the state of Tennessee. Yeah, go ahead. I hope and pray at some point Danny White schedules a game against Georgia State.
We'll see. It's possible. They're
because
pretty close to
I want Josh Heupel to literally just put in every single starter for basically 3 entire quarters and see if we could put up 100 on them. Because I'm so fed up with Georgia State.
Yeah, right. Well, anyway, yeah, Vandy went out there and lost to them, and all their fireworks have come crashing down on them. Because I don't, like, you know, other than the one time it's ever happened, there's been no SEC team that's lost to Georgia State and made a bowl game.
There's a couple teams we need to schedule. We need to schedule Dartmouth because we're 0-1 versus them all time, and we need to schedule Virginia Military Institute because we're 0-1 versus them.
I don't really think anybody's gonna run around saying, "Yeah, well, Tennessee sucks. Did you guys know they're 0-1 versus Virginia Military Institute?"
No, but the thing is, if I was an AD, I would just go through Winsipedia, and if I had a good team, I would see which teams were winless against, like 0-1, and then schedule 2 games against them.
Yeah, see, that's how karma comes back to bite you.
I guess Alabama should schedule Rice then.
I mean, if I was Alabama, I'd schedule a 3-game series with Rice. I would schedule a 2-game series with Northern Illinois, because they lost to them in like 2003.
Yeah, Rice needs to do what some of these other Group of 5 Sun Belt teams do, and they need to just go through the SEC gauntlet. Just every year play a different SEC team, because we all have a losing record against them. But yeah, anyway, Vandy lost, probably out of a bowl just from that game alone, but we'll see.
R.I.P. Vandy.
Yeah, a lot of other great games. It's honestly a bit of a mystery to me, guys. How in the world does Billy Napier still have a job at Florida?
He's not getting fired till October.
He is a dead man walking.
Yeah.
He really is.
I don't really see how you keep your job. You butchered your attitude towards the fans, because now the fans hate you because you basically trashed on them in one of your post-game press conferences. And then to make matters worse, you know, your, I guess, final hope was DJ Lagway, because he at least, while you did suck against Miami, he at least showed signs in that game of possibly doing something. And then he beat Sanford on his own. And then you're like, oh, okay, so he seems to be the right direction. Okay, put Graham Mertz in. Great idea, dummy. So it's a really big mystery to me.
But what were they doing? So what the hell was Billy thinking? Because I was sitting there watching that game before our game come on. And you had Graham Mertz go out there. They put DJ Lagway in. They literally, I don't know, somehow did a 3-and-out because they couldn't block. Then they put Mertz in. He threw a touchdown. He was in rhythm. He threw a touchdown, led him on a drive. And then, shortly after that, they pulled him, put Lagway in, go 3-and-out again. And then they put Mertz in there. He goes 3-and-out. Then they put Lagway in. I think he leads into a touchdown. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, then let's put Mertz back in for the rest of the game. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, they saw what Harbaugh did. They saw what Jim Harbaugh did last year with his two quarterbacks, with J.J. McCarthy and, the other guy.
Yeah, but the difference is Alex Orji, he was more of a goal line running back where he just runs it into the end zone because he's big and fast.
Yeah, no, that doesn't have any relevance to what happened last year because he was, it was Harbaugh. Like, he had one game where he'd start this guy and then another game where he'd start this guy. Napier tried that, but rather than a game, it's every drive. And he just ended up backfiring in his own face. I don't really understand that decision, especially since Graham Mertz has been everything wrong with the quarterback, and DJ Lagway, while he hasn't been the perfect quarterback, has shown signs that he can improve as a true freshman. But for whatever reason, no, let's start this guy. Let's start Graham Mertz, who is, you get the idea. It's not. Yeah. It's terrible down in Gainesville.
But I don't care. Extend Billy Napier. He just needs a couple of more recruiting classes.
Yep.
Just give him time, Florida fans. He's just starting to get his players in place. Graham Mertz has a bright future. DJ Lagway has a bright future. It's all coming together in Gainesville. Let him put in a few more classes.
They just don't understand that a few more years under this Billy Napier system and they will become a title contender before you know it.
Exactly.
Remember that one time they beat Tennessee? Remember that?
Yeah, exactly. He should be.
That's the only reason why.
Yeah, he should get a contract extension off of that alone.
This is a hot take, but I think that Billy Napier is one of the worst coaches in college football.
That's not a hot take.
No, wrong take. Billy Napier needs to be extended and
wrong.
Extended, and I hope he stays to coach at Florida forever. He is turning that program around.
The only comfort Florida has right now, the only comfort Florida fans have, is that they're maybe, just maybe, still be better than their state rival. Because holy hell, Florida State is garbage.
Yeah.
They're 0-3. Just came off a loss to Memphis at home.
But wait, you guys forgot who Florida plays next week. They play Mississippi State in the Dan Mullen Bowl.
Yeah, that's whoever loses that one has the honors of being the 16th team in the SEC.
Yeah. Remember last week where I called Florida versus Texas A&M a mid-off? Yeah. Well, this is a shit-off.
This is the garbage can off. I've been saying it for the past few weeks. This game would go really, really well broadcasted on Nick Jr.
Dumpster Fire Bowl.
10 o'clock a.m. on Nick Jr. That's the only place where it should go. The Florida State game, because that's where it belongs.
Yeah.
Oh my. That's the one thing I need to hear. And Graham Mertz has thrown a pick. That's not what he wanted to cook.
It's like what I told you the other day, Squid. It needs to be broadcasted on Disney Kids so that whenever they score a touchdown, they just do like the little mouse thing,
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Oh yeah, just Mickey Mouse starts dancing to the hot dog song.
Hi, I'm
Mickey
Billy
Mouse
Napier.
starts hitting the gritty.
Hi, I'm Billy Napier, and you're watching a dumpster fire, and he just draws a penis. Yeah, that's exactly how that'll go. It's a mess down in both Gainesville and Tallahassee, and I don't really see how any of them teams recover from it. So it's an outright mess. Because as much trash as I've been giving Graham Mertz, he's still better than DJ Uiagalelei. That guy, it's not good. It's not good.
I remember a tweet earlier by On3 or something like that where Mike Norvell says DJ Ooga Boogie is giving them a chance. A chance at what? Being garbage?
At 0-12.
Not making a bowl game? Only winning one game? Is that the only chance DJ's giving them?
Now, I get it. Obviously, the coaches can't come out and say, yeah, this quarterback friggin' sucks. He's the worst guy on the team. If I had it my way, I'd kick him off. Obviously, they can't go out there and say that. But you also just can't tell a blind-faced lie where everybody there knows that you're wrong. If Deion Sanders said that about DJ, most of the people would probably still be like, I don't think so. Even the Deion well, actually, no, the Deion stands would probably be like, oh, man, yeah, DJ might be one of the best quarterbacks in the country right now. Yes.
I was... So I'm curious about, like, with Florida State, what's their schedule look like? I know they got Cal next week.
Yeah, they got Cal, and then after they play SMU on the road.
The only guaranteed win I see is Charleston Southern.
Yeah, because they play Clemson.
Are you sure about that?
They play Clemson at Duke, at Miami versus North Carolina, at Notre Dame, and then Florida. Their only hope is that Florida, they beat Florida. That's it.
Okay.
I'm not even sure they can do that.
I'm going to say this, okay? This might be controversial because I know North Carolina is not like the best team, but they're not the worst team. But you know how North Carolina is. They lost to Virginia, what was it, last year? Mm-hmm. Well, even though Virginia was fucking horrible.
God, we're already at the level of comparing Florida State to last year's Virginia.
Honestly, I think this year's Florida State is worse than last year's Virginia.
Well, at least with Virginia, they didn't have fucking 5 and 4 stars.
Well, talent-wise, they're a whole lot better than Virginia. But they're a whole bunch of one-year rentals who are already thinking about their next transfer destination. They've given up on the team. So I don't really see how they win any more games other than maybe the Charleston Southern game. Like, they've quit. They've given up the team. They can't come back from that because that's the Mike Norvell system. He doesn't recruit in high school like most other coaches do. He just gets a whole bunch of one-year rentals, and then that's how they do their stuff. So I don't really see how it goes for him.
I don't see a world where they succeed for the rest of the season. I really don't. Because they've basically already become the laughingstock of the college football community.
Yeah, well, it doesn't exist. They quit. Just like when they didn't make the playoffs last year and all those one-year rentals they got, they suddenly all lost interest in playing. Lost interest. Yeah, they were more interested in talking smack on Twitter than they were playing for the team that they were actually, signing up for. That's what they were. So I don't really know what to say. It sucks for the players, but they're not committed to Florida State anyway. They're committed to whichever team is winning. So they're probably all going to jump ship next year and then commit to a team like Texas or Georgia or Bama or somebody else who wins a lot of games.
So see, here's the thing. If you're going to do like a transfer portal type thing, you can't really do that at like the Power 4 level, really. You really can't. Like, it's just not going to work at the Power 4 level where the talent's higher. You can probably do it at a smaller program or even a higher group of 5 or whatever you want to call them right now. You could probably do that. Like, say if you're at UTEP or something, you can take people from, D2 or, other Power 5 programs where they can't get on the field, and you can plug them and play them or whatever, and then you can just ship them off next year and try to get more transfers in. And if you start getting competitive by doing that, then you can probably, start trying to, recruit better players because you're doing better. You could do that, kind of like what Scotty Walden's trying to do, where he raided Austin P. His Austin P team.
Yeah, I should be a playoff team, sure.
But you can't do that you can't really do that consistently at a Power 4 team because he caught lightning in a bottle last year with Keon Coleman and a bunch of those other players and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But you can't just hope on catching lightning in a bottle every time.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like with 2019 LSU. They got Joe Burrow, and they got him in as a transfer, and he developed because he was older, and he practically only took one class his senior year, and the rest of the time he spent time in the film room, practically learning every in and out of defense and the defenses and offense, and he practically just torched everything. He just
Right.
But you can't do that consistently.
The only difference between Colorado and Florida State for me is that Mike Norvell is actually trying to attempt to be there next season, because we all know Deion Sanders he's dipping as soon as the season's over. Whether they somehow make a bowl or not, Deion's gone. He out. Peace.
Yeah.
Sign on. He's going to wherever Shador's going.
Heck, I don't think Mike Norvell gets fired.
I don't think they have enough money to fire him.
Yeah, no, the buyout's way too much, and also they're too busy spending all that money trying to get themselves clawed out of the ACC, which is also failing, by the way.
Yeah, Florida State, sorry, you're going to have to wait till 2036.
I don't know why you'd want to leave. If you went to the Big 12 or the SEC, it would be this on steroids. You wouldn't win a game.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, all that aside, yeah, they're both a complete mess right now. Is there anybody else we want to go over before we jump to the Week 4 slate and talk about some of these games?
I don't know, Boston College, Missouri.
What's there to say?
I mean, it was
Missouri's overrated.
I don't know. I think a lot of it has to do with just the way. I don't know what it is with Missouri. I don't know if it's the way they run their offense. Like, it's not as dynamic because they don't have, as good of a running back. Not saying the running back's bad, but he's nowhere near as dynamic as Cody Schrader.
I will say, though, Luther Burden is him.
Oh, yeah, Luther Burden's great. And Theo Weiss is pretty good, too. My only problem is, and I also think that Brady Cook is a pretty good quarterback, but it's like I just said, they don't have the running game that they had last year. They don't have a big threat in the backfield, which I think holds them back.
Yeah, exactly.
And, they still have a pretty good defense, but it's like, if you don't have that threat in the backfield, which is kind of what, kind of carried them last year whenever, the passing game wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least the long ball wasn't there.
Right.
It kind of falls apart, and we kind of saw that against Boston College. They just weren't as good because as much as people shit on Bill O'Brien, he knows how to scheme. Yeah. He does make dumb decisions, kind of like almost always calling shotgun on 4th and inches.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, before we jump into the Week 4 slate, let's go catch up on these comments real quick. UTEP has the easiest conference. There's only one good team. There's only one good team in the Conference USA. Yeah, it doesn't matter when you're a pile of poo-poo who can't even beat an FCS team. Florida State will be an ugly game. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. We all know Napier will be fired at the end of the year, but could Norvell be fired or resign at the end of the season? Yeah, it's like we touched on. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Yeah, Florida State's a group of individuals. Where have I heard that before? A group of individuals. I swear I've heard that before. Nobody gets it. Okay, it was a Butch Jones reference.
Okay, I remember that. I didn't say it. I was like,
dang.
Arkansas versus UAB. Yeah, Arkansas didn't look good either, for sure. One thing I don't understand about college football nowadays is that all of these 10-year contract extensions feels like they just waste of money and always backfire. Yeah, most of them are.
I feel like unless you're a national championship winning coach or consistently making the playoffs, I feel like you're burning money.
Well, Heupel, we gave a contract extension to Heupel. I don't think that was a waste of money.
Yeah,
I know, but we didn't give him a tenure, did we?
I don't think it was that much. No, it was like a 7-year, I think.
What if you're winning 8 to 11 games every single year?
Considering what Tennessee was before him, if we balance out to be a consistent 9-win team, which I would rather not be, but you know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, to Lucas's point, if 9 wins every single season, if you're talking about a program like, I don't know, Syracuse, that's, that's a 10-year extension right there. But if you're talking about somebody like Ohio State, get out.
Yeah, well, I mean, a perfect example was I don't think he ever would have got fired had it not been for the except for those allegations that came out would be Northwestern and Pat Fitzgerald. He was an alumni there. I think what did they go to the Rose Bowl or win the Rose Bowl there in like the '90s?
Yeah.
I know he's a linebacker there and he coached for a long time. He had multiple one-win seasons, but he's also led them back to the Rose Bowl and stuff. So I mean, that tells you how highly he was thought of there before the hazing scandal. So
Yeah.
Some, all right. All right. Well, you guys ready to roll into the week 4 slate?
I guess so.
Yeah, because we've got some games to go over for sure. Things are going to get a little spicy in terms of games from this point onwards. Now, Georgia and Bama are both on bye week, so I won't get to talk about that one until next week's show, which is probably going to be... You know how mad people are going to be when they realize that College Game Day is going to be heading to an SEC stadium 3 weeks in a row?
Ain't our fault that the SEC is the best conference.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Don't tell them that, though. Me big angry grr. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how that'll go. But yeah, anyway, let's roll into some of this stuff. Because, man, are there some great ones. I'm sharing the screen for you guys. And boom. This would be easier if I had a StreamYard and just did this stream through StreamYard. But apparently I can't do much else other than, I can't do really anything on the basic version of StreamYard. And the regular version costs an arm and a leg, so bummer. But anyway, all right, let's roll into some of these. So we're going to try and fly through some of these because we're already, it's already 8:45. So just give your take on some of these games and we'll roll right through it. Starting off, I guess we'll do this one, 8 o'clock p.m. 3-0, both ranked surprisingly. Illinois and Nebraska. Nebraska an 8.5-point favorite. At home, who y'all got?
Nebraska.
I'm gonna go Nebraska. I think Dylan Raiola's been playing pretty good, and plus it's at Nebraska. The Nebraska fans usually show out. I think the crowd is going to be too much for Illinois.
I choose Nebraska just because I think they're a more talented team.
Yeah, well, this is going to be an interesting game, I think, because Illinois' defense is pretty darn good. But, yeah, their offense isn't as much good, so if that's a word or a phrase I can use. But, I think this is a mismatch for Illinois, especially on the road, so give me Nebraska.
I will say this. I do think it'll probably be a close game because both teams got really good defenses. Yeah. I think it could come down to like a field goal, but give me Nebraska.
All right. Let's see. All right, here we go. NC State versus number 21 Clemson. Clemson a 20.5-point favorite in this matchup. I'll say it right now. I'm going to go Clemson in this game.
I'm going to go Clemson as well.
I'm going Clemson.
Okay. All right, here we go. The doo-doo bowl.
Toilet bowl.
Yeah, this is literally the toilet bowl. The two worst teams in the SEC battling it out. Florida and Mississippi State. Florida going on the road into the Cowbell College to play them. They're 5.5-point favorites still. Who do y'all see winning this one?
I don't care. Blake Shapen is him. Give me Mississippi State. Screw Florida.
I'm picking Mississippi State just out of spite for Billy Napier. So
same.
Yeah, Blake Shapen is him, bro. He is him. Blake Shapen is really good.
That's way more lopsided than I thought it was going to be. That's actually crazy. I'm going Florida. I don't think things are bad enough for Florida to lose to a team that just got their backs blown out by Toledo. So no, give me Florida.
Florida might surprise you again, Squid.
Shoot, if they do, it'd be hilarious. But I don't see.
I'm not making that mistake again.
Yeah, we'll see. Might as well cover this one. James Madison and North Carolina. Both teams are undefeated. North Carolina 10.5-point favorite. I'm going to go the Tar Heels here, just because they're Power 5 and Omari.
Yeah.
Good too. So who y'all got?
I kind of have the same mentality that you have, Squid. They're a Power 5 team, so. I'm going Tar Heels.
You know what? I'll go UNC as well, Marion Hampton and everything, but close.
Yeah, it'll be close, but
Yeah, I'm going to take North Carolina. The reason I would take them had Kurt Signetti not left for Indiana. I think I'd take James Madison, but since he's at Indiana now.
Yeah. Mac the Mustard Man, what's up? Squid and Gang, what's up, man? Hudson Dean said chances Sunbelt Billy gets fired before the Tennessee game. If he's not getting fired right now, I think it's unlikely.
I think he gets fired after if he loses.
Yeah.
If he loses to Mississippi State, he's gone.
All right, let's see. All right, 1-2 Kansas and 1-2 West Virginia. Both of these teams desperately needing a rebounding game. Both coming off a loss. West Virginia blew their lead against Pittsburgh, and then Kansas, of course, lost to UNLV. Which team gets on the bounce back trail in this one?
I'm gonna take West Virginia mostly because it's at home.
I am going to go the latter. I'm going to go with Kansas just because I think that West Virginia's –
They're the storm that is approaching, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, pretty much.
I'm taking West Virginia because it's at home. Same thing.
And I'm sticking with I'm going to stick with Sifs here, and I'm going to take Kansas for the win. I like Garrett Green. I like what he's got going on. But Kansas, I think, gets the rebound. They've got a better run game from the looks of it. And, I think their offense will battle out in this matchup, and I think they'll get the dub on the road. Mr. Cynical, hello, Squidtard. I'm a Texas fan, and you have my blessing to abuse the crap out of the Sooners. Well, you don't have to tell me twice.
Yay.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Scrolling down. We're going to skip some of these. Oh, poor Kent State. They just can't catch a break. Yeah. All right, well, here we go. 3:30 on the CBS. Number 11, USC, and number 18, Michigan. USC going on the road into Ann Arbor as a 5.5-point favorite. Who y'all got?
I got USC. I think they've looked like a pretty good team so far.
USC.
After watching the way that Michigan's been playing, it's USC for me.
Wow, that's going to be 4 in a row then. Give me USC as well. I don't really see Michigan rebounding after that horrifically bad quarterback.
Yeah, and plus USC's actually looked like a pretty good team.
Yeah, that's another thing. They're actually looking good. So
hey, Squid, I spy an upset right below the USC game.
What? Oh, please let it happen.
Oh, they play another MAC team? Oh, my God.
Action, baby.
No.
Action playoff team. Yeah, they're great.
Get me Miami of Ohio.
All right,
Yeah.
On the 3:30 on ESPN2, Georgia Tech and number 19, Louisville. Lou coming in as a 10-point favorite against Georgia Tech. Did you guys know they were a ranked team? I really didn't know.
Yeah, Louisville.
I didn't either.
They have to be like one of the most slept-on teams.
Nobody ever pays attention to them.
Yeah, exactly. And yet they made the ACC title game last year and only lost like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
It kind of hurts when you get your back blown in by Kentucky at the end of every season, no matter how good you are. Even whenever you have Lamar Jackson as a Heisman winner, you still lose to Kentucky. I'm pretty sure. So it doesn't really help.
But yeah, I'm gonna go Louisville with this one.
Yeah, I like Brent Key, but I just think Jeff Brom's got more experience. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be closer than 10 points. At least in my opinion. But
I honestly, for me, I haven't seen Louisville too much, like them playing, but I have seen enough of Georgia Tech to know that they're really talented on offense. So I'm gonna go Georgia Tech on this one.
Same with Sifs. I'm rolling with the Jackets here. I think they're way more battle tested in Louisville. Obviously, that's not the whole story. I think they have a better offense. They just look like a more complete team to me. Now, Louisville has played pretty good too. But, yeah, as I said earlier, they haven't been battle-tested against this Georgia Tech team. And it's the ACC, so anything can happen. So if I wound up being wrong on this take, then Louisville has the Louisville fans, if there are any out here, have the right to crap on me for that one. All right, moving on. Arkansas and Auburn, both 2-1. Auburn a 3-point favorite in this matchup. This is impossible to tell.
Yeah.
Oh God,
I
this
have no idea
this
where to
is
go with this.
Auburn
is
struggled
super
against New
unpredictable.
Mexico, and Arkansas struggled against UAB. Yeah, I guess give me Auburn since it's at Auburn. I don't know. Both these
I don't know.
teams.
That didn't help Cal. I mean, that didn't help him against Cal worth a flip flop. Give me
Yeah,
Arkansas. Give me the Piggies to get the road win. Kind of like Georgia Tech. I think they've been more battle tested, but also I think they've just got a better team overall, a better offense. They've got a way better offense, I think. Taylor Green is by far more impressive to me than Peyton Thorne. So give me the Razorbacks.
Yeah, I know some people are going to shit on them for what was it, the bad start against Oklahoma State, but keep in mind Oklahoma State is I think got better players than Arkansas. I mean they probably.
And they
I
didn't
don't know
even
what
lose
like
that
their
one
recruiting
big.
rankings are, but what I'm saying is I just think they have more developed players. Considering how bad the last couple Arkansas hires have been. So
I mean, keep in mind too, the Oklahoma State game in Arkansas was relatively close.
yeah, I
The
mean,
only
yeah, Taylor
reason-
Green started out bad, and I mean he has his problems with passing, but also I just think that Taylor Green, even with his more limited passing, he still doesn't throw as nearly as many interceptions as Peyton Thorne.
Well, the only reason Arkansas lost that game was more on bad coaching, which can be fixed.
Right.
You know, if it was a bad maneuver by the team or somebody was out of place or just a lack of talent, that obviously can't be fixed in a game, but that absolutely can. So I just think Arkansas is a better squad from what I've seen. So give me the Razorbacks. How about this one? Rutgers and Virginia Tech. The Virginia Tech loss to a good Vandy team, rumors have been destroyed. And Rutgers is undefeated. Will they remain that way going on the road into Blacksburg, you think?
Yes,
Give me Rutgers.
Wow.
chop on.
Chop
Rutgers.
on. What?
What?
Yeah, that's what it's
Yeah, that's
that's
right.
what it is. Remember Chiana Chop?
Yeah.
They do chop on or whatever.
Yeah. For a second, that seemed wrong to me, but no, yeah, you're on the money. All right.
No, he has the chop thing where he does.
Right. Yeah, I hear you. Sifs, what's your take?
Virginia Tech's playing at home, right?
Yeah, it's at Blacksburg.
Dang, this is actually a hard one for me. I'm going to go with Virginia Tech. I mean, they did have a rough start against Vandy, but I think they come back on this one.
All right, and then give me. I'm gonna roll with Rutgers here. I think they've got a better run game. Now the passing game needs to be worked on a little bit, but I think that difference will work out itself in this game. I think the Scarlet Knights come out with a dub.
What's his name? Is a cheat code on college football 25 Monguy or whatever it is. Monguy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go Rutgers.
Rutgers, yeah.
wait, guys. What about the true powerhouse matchup between Central Connecticut and Massachusetts?
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, that's a game we really want to watch.
Yeah.
Captain Woodland, what's going on, buddy? Tennessee is about to destroy OU for what they did to Josh Heupel. You either die the hero or live long enough to become the villain. And, yes. Can't argue with that. Hey, Squidtard, it's me, Jonathan, the Florida Gator fan. What's going on, Jonathan? Shabib? Amada, what's going on? Good to see you as well. All right. Moving on.
Oh, wait. That Arizona State game, I know y'all really don't care about that. I see that Texas Tech is favored. I don't know, but I have a feeling. I have a feeling that Arizona State's going to win that. I don't know why.
That does look like a steal.
Arizona State does have Cam Skibbity.
Yes, Cam Skibbity.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, God.
Am I missing something?
His
It's a
name's
reference to Squidtard's college football chaos video.
Oh.
Yeah, his name's Cam Scatabo, but I call him Cam Skibbity. Anyway, if we're gonna talk about this one, yeah, give me Arizona State for that.
Yeah, give me
No.
Cam Skibbity. Give me Cam Skibbity.
Yeah, I also think.
Fighting Skibbities.
Yeah, I'm also going to take Memphis in the other one. I just saw that was undefeated.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Memphis over Navy.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jonathan. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, give me against Mississippi State. Give me Billy Napier. All right, moving on. All right, but yeah. Let's see. Okay, I think LSU's winning that one. No point in talking about it.
Yeah.
So are you sure? Are you sure about that?
UCLA's
you remember what happened?
No.
You remember what happened
Yes,
last time?
in 2021 when they had Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Come on now, keep it real.
Sissy Blue.
Yeah, Sissy Blue.
Sissy
Blue, search go Tigers.
Hey! I mean, did you see what Indiana did to UCLA? They God, they beat.
I don't really. Yeah, that's why I don't care to talk about it.
Yeah, LSU's winning that game.
Also, I checked Indiana's thing. ESPN's got Indiana going 11-1 and got them favored like by FPI to win every game except Ohio State. By the way,
who do they play every week? UTEP?
Yeah, literally.
Okay, that's unnecessary.
It was extremely necessary.
It was not, but whatever helps you out with that. All right. Anyway, this is a big one right here. Utah and Oklahoma State, both teams in the top 15. Utah favored by 2 on the road in Stillwater. This is a close one to call, but before you guys give your takes, I'm going to go with Oklahoma State in this one. From what I've seen, they've looked like the far more impressive team, and while I do think Utah is a more talented team, with a really, because they've got really, really good coaching, I think Oklahoma State has looked like the better team overall, and I think they've got a better offense, and I just think they outscore Utah. But
So one thing I want to point out about this game is that both these quarterbacks are like super seniors. And they're if Cam Rising is playing, which I think he is, both these quarterbacks are like 7th-year seniors. So it's like the super senior bowl or the old man bowl between the quarterbacks.
Really?
But so I don't know which one I'm rolling with, but I think I got to take Cam Rising because almost Alan Bowman always has one game where he shits the fucking bed. Compared to Cam Rising, who is pretty, I mean, he has some games where he's not that good, and I know he's injury prone, but I think as long as Cam Rising doesn't get hurt too much, I think Utah probably wins.
Same thing with Julio said. I'm going Utah.
And plus, I trust Kyle Whittingham just because, let's just say, even if Oklahoma State were to win this, they're probably going to get blown out by like a group of 5 team later on in the season because that's like the Mike Gundy way.
I'm going to side with Squid here and go Oklahoma State just because I think they're the more developed team on offense.
I think, but yeah.
Their defense, though, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a close game in my opinion, but I think Oklahoma.
This will be one of the better games of the week, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see it being a blowout in any case. The only way I can see it being a blowout is if Oklahoma State just decides, oh, I don't want to score today, and then just lets Utah walk all over him. But no, I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll see though.
Vandy ruined an undefeated matchup.
Yeah, this is a bummer here. It's Vandy versus Missouri and Eli Drinkwitz. So this is my expectation is that Mizzou's going to run away with it. They're a 20.5-point favorite. I think we're on agreement there that Mizzou's probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so are we going to talk? Are we going to talk about the battle for the Iron Skillet or whatever it's called? The TCU SMU.
I mean, that game's actually usually pretty entertaining every year. So
I think it's something you can look it up. I think they battle for like an iron skillet or something.
Yeah, it's the battle. That's the battle for the iron skillet. That's what it's called. The battle for the iron skillet.
But it's also the rivalry that started the Cotton Bowl. By the way, I don't know if you guys knew that.
Wow.
But I'm going to take TCU in that one. Just wanted to point that out there.
I like how Julio just randomly pointed this out, and now we're having to pick who's winning it.
Well, no, I was just kind of interested in that game.
But that's fair, yeah. I'll take. Give me the horsies, I guess. Even though I think you're right on that.
I don't No. Who's SMU's one lost to? Didn't they lose to some crappy team? Wait, they lost to.
Let me look for you.
No, it wasn't a crappy team they lost to.
It was BYU they lost to.
BYU.
I mean, they're not like world beaters or anything.
But SMU, I'm pretty sure they was like favored big over BYU though. By like 10 points or something.
Yeah, well, TCU did go out and lose to Gush Malzahn and choke the lead too.
Yeah, but UCF's a good team though. I'm gonna take TCU.
Yeah, we also got to keep in mind Gus Malzahn always starts out slow almost every goddamn game. He's got to get the Gus bus up and running. You know, he's got to oil up the Gus bus.
Oil up the Gus bus. That's exactly right. All right, well, maybe they can win a game. We'll see. This is so bad. It's on True TV. This is on True TV.
Are you joking, bro?
Hey, imagine. Only UTEP. Only UTEP.
It's so bad. It's so bad it's on YouTube TV. No, True TV. No, every game's on YouTube TV, but no,
UTEP's next game will be on PBS Kids.
Oh God!
Curious George just announcing the game.
God. UTEP might end up going to the Chuck E. Cheese Bowl.
Yeah, literally.
Anyway, moving on. Miami, number 8 in the nation versus South Florida. Miami is a 16.5-point favorite going on the road into Raymond James Stadium. Don't forget, South Florida gave Alabama a scare. Do you see him doing it again against Miami?
No.
I mean, it's at South Florida, but Miami's looked really good, and Cam Ward right now is the Heisman front runner. I'm going Miami.
Yeah, I'm going Miami. I love Coach Golish, but I think he might keep it close for, I don't know, like 2 or 3 quarters. But I think it'll probably be like the Alabama game. It might be close, but I think Miami will just, the talent gap and depth will just eventually pull them away.
I think it'll be close in the first half, and then in the second half, Miami will cut away. TriStar
asks, why can't we see you? Because we're predicting games. Right here. Can you see that? Now there's my face. Now it's gone. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with Miami as well. I think it'd probably be a close game at half. And then Miami with Cam Ward, they just pull away. I just think they've got too much talent to lose a game like this. I don't see.
So damn, Northwestern and Washington. That's the weird game.
Yeah.
But don't worry, South Florida, Miami. Hopefully they won't come into your stadium and beat you so bad that they start hollering at your recruits.
Okay, this is absolute insanity for a variety of reasons. First of all, it's Cal versus Florida State. Cal's undefeated and Florida State's winless. And the spread is Florida State by 2.
Easy money. Take Cal. Take Cal. Easy money.
And don't even get me started on the fact that DJ right now has the yards of the devil. He has 666 yards passing.
Wait, how the hell does he have 600 yards passing in 3 games? He has that many? I thought he had like 300.
Yeah, no, he had a couple of really good passes. I think he averaged like 200 yards in a game. But
I'm surprised considering he throws behind the line every play.
My take on this game is a DJ's bound to work the drive-thru at McDonald's, so give me Cal.
I do gotta. Can you do me a favor? Can you click on the ESPN thing there, like, and show me what the percentage that they got for this game? Do they have that on the laptop version, or like you click on the matchup and it pulls up the FPI predictor?
I can tell you on my phone.
Yeah,
it's 59.2. Hold on, I'll show you. It can't focus.
I can confirm that it's 59.2 in favor of Florida State.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah.
59.2 in favor of Florida State.
Wow.
I have no idea who predicted that.
They are favored by
no.
2.
Hey, just listen to me. If you guys like money, hammer Cal.
Yeah, Lucas might be having a point there. I am taking Cal. I think Florida State has given up as a team. Give me Cal.
Yeah. They're going to turn Dope Campbell Stadium into Woke Campbell Stadium.
There goes Squid. Uh-oh.
I almost had to leave after that one. That was corny as hell. That was, that was so corny.
Yeah, have
Was,
you saw the cow Twitter memes? That's where I got it from.
I know, I get it. Yeah, because Auburn. Yeah, I know. That's something real special right there. We'll come back to this one. Don't you worry. Iowa, Minnesota. Honestly, who's going to be watching this? It's going to be one of those things you have to avert your eyes from. It's going to be horrid. But I guess, give me the Hawkeyes.
Who's favored in that? Can you pull that back up
2,
on the thing?
2.5.
See it.
It's 2.5 in favor of Iowa.
Yeah, give me Iowa. I mean, I know Minnesota.
This is a rivalry game that's usually played later in the year.
Yeah, I know it's a one person. I'm wondering if they've got any playing time. He was the MVP of the Under Armour All American game. I think was it this year or last year? Coy Parrish or whatever. He's from Minnesota. He is on Minnesota right now. But that's the only reason I even know anything about them. But I want to take Iowa.
I'm gonna take Iowa.
I don't know. Iowa wins. I don't know. 9-7.
If we were trying to predict Iowa scores, we'd be here all year.
Yeah.
Sifs, who you got winning?
Iowa.
All right. Cool. Well, let's move on then. Blah blah blah. Michigan State and Boston College. Boston College a 6.5-point favorite. Who y'all got?
Yeah. Give
Boston.
me the Fighting O'Briens.
Wow, I gotta say I'm a little surprised by that.
Why?
Whatever. Give me the upset. Give me the Spartans.
Yeah, I'm taking the Spartans too. I think they've got a better. Well, it's really hard to tell, but I think they do have a better passing game. Aiden Childs is inconsistent, but Nick Marsh looks really, really good, and I think that'll be enough to close the gap against Boston College. So give me Michigan State.
Okay.
Next up, we got Baylor and the college football divas, Colorado.
Give me Baylor.
Yeah, Baylor.
Oh my God, this is such a weird game.
This is so bad. This is so bad. It's gonna be so bad. Dave Aranda is like in desperation of a win because Baylor is not very good.
Well, he's better than Deion Sanders at least.
Yeah, I think I'll take that just because I think Dave Aranda is a better scheme coach. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Colorado won this. But if they do win this, it's because of Travis Hunter.
Yeah. Lucas, who you got winning? Oh, you took Baylor. That's right. Sifs.
Baylor as well.
Oh my gosh, y'all put me in a spot right now. I don't even know. I'll just roll with Baylor because both these teams to me are dead even. I think Baylor's got better coaching, but Colorado's got more talent. So the only way I can really distinguish who's going to win is just who I want to win, and that's obviously Baylor. So yeah.
I don't care for Deion Sanders.
Go fighting Dave Arandas. All right.
Kansas State BYU. That could be a pretty good game.
Kansas State BYU at 10:30 p.m. They're both 3-0, and Kansas State is 7-point favorite. I'll just tell you right now, I like Kansas State in this one. I think they've got a more complete team and a more talented running game.
I agree with that. Kansas State, they impressed me in their game against Arizona. Give me Kansas State.
Yeah, same.
These are two really good defenses going at it against each other. It's going to be hard to see who's going to pull this one out.
I think it'll be close, but I think Kansas will pull through.
You mean Kansas State?
Okay. You said Kansas.
You know what I mean.
If it were you, you'd have Kansas winning every game. Who's winning who's winning the Tennessee-Oklahoma game? Kansas.
We are the Storm.
Rock, chalk, Jayhawk, baby.
Wait, so Lucas, did you say your pick for who's winning?
Yeah, Kansas State.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure everybody got their chance. All right, let's roll back the tape here and go to the one that everybody's been waiting for, and that is the Tennessee-Oklahoma game. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This is a huge test for Josh Heupel and this Tennessee Volunteers team. A lot on the line here in this one. Josh Heupel has had a record or Josh Heupel as a coach, in a lot of people's standards, has been a coach that cannot coach on the road in big games like this. And I'm looking forward to him shutting down that narrative. Obviously, he's got a lot of history with Oklahoma. Won a national championship with them all the way back in 2000, and then coached for them as a coordinator back in the early 2000s. 10 years ago, literally 10 years ago, he got fired from Oklahoma. So there is a lot of history between these two teams, specifically Josh Heupel and Oklahoma. And Tennessee has not beat Oklahoma in a long time. These two teams matched up in the mid-2010s in the Butch Jones era and lost to him both of those times. So there's a lot that Tennessee's trying to prove here. Both teams are undefeated. Tennessee, the spread in favor of the Vols has risen exponentially following Oklahoma's struggle fest against Tulane. As for the Vols, they just continue to look really, really good. So now they are favored by a whole touchdown on the road against Oklahoma in their first ever SEC games. A lot is on the line for this one, so it is really hard to tell. So I guess we'll just go around the room here, and you guys can give me your thoughts on who's winning and why. Who wants to go first?
Wait, Sifs, was you wanting to go first?
Yeah, I'll take the fall here first and throw my prediction out there. So obviously, I want Tennessee to win. Do I think they will win though? I want to say yes, just because I think that with us having Josh Heupel as our head coach, it's been a while since he's been at Oklahoma, yes, but I think that having kind of like somebody who's been inside that program to kind of dissect what their thought process is will definitely help us making plays to counter them and to get down the field. I definitely think that Tennessee deserves to be favored in this one. And like you all said, like Oklahoma did have a bit of a struggle fest, and Tennessee has shown no struggle. We have just been going on the field and absolutely decimating everyone we've played so far. So give me Tennessee.
All right. Julio, you want to go next?
Sure, I guess. Really, the only thing that worries me about this game is that since we haven't really played, our starters haven't played a full game, it kind of worries me somewhat. Because, if you only usually play like, 2, not even 3 quarters most of the time, then you might not have the stamina to go all 4 quarters. But it is early in the season and we haven't dominated. But, 3 games, so I don't think it's that bad. But I'm gonna give Tennessee wins. I don't know if you want to put a score prediction. If I probably
we'll do that after everybody gives their take on who's winning.
But I think I'm gonna take Tennessee just because Florida State's offensive line has not been that good.
Florida State.
Florida State. Oklahoma.
Oh, we know that. We know they're offense. There's nothing on that team that's good. Come on now.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
The only thing good about Florida State is their kicker, bro.
Oh my god.
On that team
I'm so tired right now.
Okay.
Not Florida State. Oklahoma. God damn, I'm fucking stupid. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. When the best player on your team is a kicker, you know you're bad.
But yeah, so sorry to the Oklahoma fans, but yeah, but I just don't think their offensive line has been good, and Tennessee's defensive line, even with James Pierce being double teamed and practically taken out of games and not having many snaps, we've still dominated. So I'm just taking Tennessee because of that.
Lucas, it's on you.
All right. I think Tennessee wins this game. I think Tennessee has been looking really good, and people could say that it's against elementary school teams and stuff like that. Uncle Lou, for example. But I don't care. Tennessee's been looking really good, and nobody else has been looking. They've been looking good against elementary school teams, but not as good as Tennessee. That's for sure. But I just think Tennessee's the better team. We have the better offense. Nico's been playing lights out. Jackson Arnold, he hasn't really impressed me in these few games. He played one good quarter against Tulane. One good quarter. Besides that, absolute garbage.
Also, there's. Oh, sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to point out one thing. Oklahoma offensive line has let up 9 sacks and I think 17 or 18 tackles for loss in those 3 games, and those are against Temple, Tulane, and what was the other one? Tulane, Temple, and the other. Yeah. Anyway, you get my point though. Sorry to interrupt. You can go back.
Yeah. You like stealing my spotlight, don't you, Julio?
No, I just wanted to point that out because I just remember that off the top of my head.
But yeah, Oklahoma's offensive line, like Julio said, bad. I think our defensive line should eat. The only thing I'm really worried about is Oklahoma's defense, because for the first time ever, Oklahoma actually has a good defense. But I don't think they're going to be able to stop Tennessee for long. I think what's going to happen is halftime, it'll probably be close. But second half, I think Tennessee pulls away.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Well, this is a really interesting matchup for a variety of reasons. Jackson Arnold and Nico Imaliava, obviously this is their first, for both quarterbacks, this is their first season playing at their respective teams. But from my point of view, I think Tennessee has much more to work with, especially on the offense, than Oklahoma. This team will come down straight to the line. This game will come down straight to the line of scrimmage. Both teams... let me throw it out like this. You've been talking about the offensive line. That's my biggest concern right now if I'm Oklahoma going into this game, because Tennessee's coming in with one of the best defensive lines in the country. And the last thing you need is more additional pressure on Jackson Arnold. And that's kind of the key in this game for both teams, is getting pressure on the quarterback. That's what NC State tried to do. And they were able to get some pressure. For example, Nico threw an interception in the NC State game, but they weren't able to get anything going offensively because Tennessee's D-line is really, really good. They were able to get a bunch of pressure on Grayson McCall. And my expectation is that they're going to get a bunch of pressure on Jackson Arnold, too. There's no way that Tennessee goes into this game and doesn't have a sack by the end of it. They're going to have at least one. They can try and double-team Pierce all they want to. There are several other big-time playmakers there. Omari Thomas, for example. A lot of these guys are going to have a massive field day on Oklahoma's defense. And I think this is a huge game for Tennessee. Obviously, this is a huge game for Oklahoma, too. But Heupel, I think, has proven that he can coach on the road, and I think he'll show that in this game. So I do think Tennessee wins this game. And however, by much, we're about to find out as we're going to go around the room and give our score predictions. So since we had Sifs give his game prediction first, I'm going to take it to Lucas to start out. Lucas, what's your score prediction for this game?
I'm going to say Tennessee 38, Oklahoma 17.
38-17 from Lucas. All right, Julio, what's your score prediction? Well said. Mr. Sifs, what's your score prediction?
I'm going to say 42-24.
42-24. All right. Julio, are you there yet, or?
Oh, sorry. I said I had my mic muted. I thought I was talking.
I shouldn't have said well said then. That's on me.
Go
ahead.
Sorry about that. 37-20 is what I said. It's a weird score, but I don't know.
Well, mine is going to be, I'm going to go 45-20. I think Tennessee carries their lead for most of the game, pulls away late in the third or fourth quarter. Oklahoma scores a garbage time touchdown to make it look a little more respectable, but the Vols sort of carry their way all the way through and end the game pretty quickly. That's my prediction. We'll see if it lines up, but that's everything here in the Vol Star podcast. I see TriStar has been crying in the comment section per usual, so it's about time to wrap it up anyway.
Yeah. Well, one week that we actually have Texas fans on our side.
Yeah, this is crazy. You know, by the way things look, before you know it, maybe we're the two teams playing in the conference championship game, Texas versus Tennessee.
I hope so. That'd be amazing. That would be a really good game.
My question is, do we need to come up with a trophy for that game? Like on a big giant, like a retro UT logo.
Yeah, just a giant T.
With the, the scores written on it or something.
It would put an end to the whole UT Junior type thing, and that's something I think a lot of these colleges needs to do. For example, I think Mississippi State and Michigan State should battle every year for MSU. I think Oregon State and Ohio State should battle for MSU. I think Furman and Florida should battle every year for UF, and the way it's looking, Furman might win that game. And then, the list sort of goes on. South Carolina and USC.
I guess one. Notre Dame and North Dakota should take on each other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. That'd be some great games. Really, really great games, I think. Well, some of them.
I guess we would have to put Toledo on our schedule every year.
Toledo is TU.
I thought they did UT.
Tulane, what about them? They're TU too, right?
Yeah, they're TU.
Yeah, I thought so. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'd hope both teams would end up in the SEC championship game, and if Tennessee winds up being there, that obviously means we're heading to the playoffs. So, fingers crossed. We'll see how it goes.
It could happen. I mean, Tennessee, I think, has one of the highest chances to make the playoffs. So, they actually have a better chance of making it than Georgia right now.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
we avoid playing Texas in the regular season.
Yeah, it's because Georgia has a tougher schedule than us. Georgia has to play Tennessee, Texas, Ole Miss, and Alabama.
Yeah, I guess with that in mind, you're not far off. Yeah.
Also, when you almost lose to these people, you deserve to hear a little bit of that.
Blah, blah. Just freaking beat Tennessee, please. Can we just stop losing to this stupid team with their stupid orange colors, and their stupid song, and their woo, get their woo on out of here.
Yeah, you hear what I mean. Yeah. As Michael Doty just said, don't sleep on Mickey Mouse. I will continue to sleep on them. In fact, I'll go to bed right now. A matter of fact.
I guess, are we allowed to sleep on Donald Duck? I don't know.
They're practically the same thing, so.
Donald Duck, Goofy, Minnie Mouse.
Squid, just keep the stream on and just go sleep in your bed for the rest of the stream. Just keep it on.
That would be on the level of that one time I did my homework on live stream.
What? Wait, what? You actually did that?
Senior year. No, it was junior year of high school. I did that. One of my friends told me, "Hey, you should do a live stream where you're doing your homework." I was like,
"Was it math homework at least?"
It was.
Oh, then I might actually go back and watch that.
Don't. I wouldn't recommend it. It wasn't as entertaining as you'd think. It wasn't like one of those streams where I have people playing sound effects in the background. Dear Lord, imagine that. That would be chaotic, wouldn't it? I'd have to go through an entire friggin' live stream of just this.
Touchdown, UTEP!
Just a friggin' touchdown UTEP sound effect over and over again.
I hate that sound effect so much.
Well, you're lucky I didn't play the whole thing.
Diamond doors.
I couldn't.
Yeah, no, literally diamond doors. Diamond doors.
Diamond door, creeper, diamond door. Yeah, you get the idea. Fun times. Let's see. Squid, you should spam the Billy Napier accent 100 times in a video when he gets fired. Billy Napier. Billy Napier. Guys, it's Billy Napier. No. Uh-oh, here comes Eli Drinkwitz.
Your voice would probably be hurting so much after that.
Billy Napier.
Billy Napier, guys. Hey, what's up, guys?
Billy Napier. Billy Napier.
Billy Napier.
Kalen DeBoer.
No, that one doesn't work. There's another one I have where I'm like, Shane Beamer. Shane Beamer. Shane Beamer. Shane Beamer. All right, yeah, you heard it. You heard it. Billy Napier. All right. Yeah, no, I'll definitely once they do fire him, I'll definitely make a video talking about it, and I'll definitely include the Billy name here. I think that's funnier than any other name that people have for him. That's just my analysis, but I don't know.
Sunbelt Billy.
Yeah. All right, we've gone over an hour and a half on this show, so it's time to wrap things up and get this get on out of here. Boys, been a good one as always. Excited to do it again next week, where hopefully we'll be coming off a win. Because I've already decided that for every single loss that we have, I gotta have a new intro for it. It doesn't feel right to have a all hype intro coming off of a loss, but we hopefully won't have to use that. Anyway, any finalizing words from our special co-host here on the Vol-Star podcast?
Diamond Doors.
Yeah, well said.
Oh, I was gonna say just go Vols and go Rice. That's it.
Yeah, go Army.
Wait, what?
It's because Army plays Rice.
Oh, I thought you were just giving your support to the military schools. I was gonna say that's really nice of you. But no,
Maybe.
Of course you have ulterior motives.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still rooting for the military schools, though. Go Army, go Navy, go Air Force. And I guess go Central Michigan and beat Ball State.
Central Michigan's not a military school, sir. They're just a terrible school.
They are to me.
They are to me.
And they're going to salute to beat Nut State.
Nut State. What the man, what's wrong with you? Nut State. Okay, well. All right,
it's
then.
better than calling them like Testicle Town or something.
Yeah, or even worse, Utah.
Utah.
Yeah, because I really don't think I'm winning $60. I really don't see that happening. I think I just wasted 20. We'll see, though. We'll see. A lot of time left in the season for them to get it turned around. We'll see.
They won't.
Yeah. Keep doubting them. Keep doubting them before. They're like Alabama, okay? They're like Alabama. They lose a game, and everybody's like, oh, man, this team sucks. They're never winning a game ever again. And then out of nowhere, boom! 40-point blowout win. I'm just throwing that out there. Don't you never know. You never know.
40-point blowout win for the other team?
40-point blowout to win if you're with another team. Yeah, that's all I heard. No donations for here, so at least I don't have to do any push-ups yet. All right, well, let's go wrap it up here for tonight's show. As always, I appreciate everyone's support watching this show. We have a great time on here. Be back next week, same time as always, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every single Monday. We'll talk about Week 4, what happened there, and we'll talk about Week 5 and the Arkansas game. Oh, wait, we got a bye week, so we won't have to talk about that. So, yeah, we'll be on a bye week next week, so we'll just go over all the Week 5 games, talk about those, give an in-depth analysis, and hopefully be able to celebrate yet another win, which will very well dictate how the rest of the season goes. So without further ado, we're going to wrap up things here. As always, appreciate everybody for watching. And power to Tardaria. Go Utah. And of course, for the sake of this video, go Vols. Let's whoop the crap out of Oklahoma.